And we're live. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Wow, there's already so many of you in here. Hi, Peggy, Sonia, Marla, Cynthia. So can you guys all hear me and see me? Is everything fine on that front? Hi, Anna, Kim, Shauna, Allison, Mink. I know the chat is delayed like a couple minutes, so I'm just gonna wait until you tell me that like everything's fine, sound, image, if everything is okay. Oh. Yep, okay. Yeah, Debbie, Montserrat, Peggy, everyone telling me that everything looks fine. Awesome. So we have a really packed class today. I have tons and tons of content to show you. I hope you have your digital notebooks ready to take notes. We're going to have a ton of fun. I have the cutest little PowerPoint presentation prepared for you. I went all out. It's so cute. You're going to love it. So we're just going to start right over in like maybe a couple minutes. It's 10 o'clock on the dot right now. So I'm just going to leave a couple minutes for people to get in case they're running a little late or in the bathroom or something. And then we're going to jump right in because we have so much to cover. So where is everyone from and how are you doing today? Debbie, Shauna. Wow, the chat is so lively already. There's already so many people and it's 10 o'clock on the dot. You guys are punctual. I'm from Ottawa, Canada, and it's a beautiful day out today, and we're ready to rumble. Where's everyone from? Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Shauna is from Vancouver, BC, fellow Canadian. Hi. Mink is from Florida. Lovely. Manchester, UK. Hi, Allison. Lorraine is from Nebraska. Nice. I don't think I've ever met anyone from Nebraska. Cici Rivera says Chicago. Debbie is from Ontario, Canada. Hi, fellow Ontarian. Montserrat is from Chile. And Kim is from Georgia, Texas, Maryland. Anna is from Sweden. She says it's 4 p.m. for her. Awesome. Yeah, I'm choosing this time, 10 a.m. EDT. Because it kind of works out. I know that for some people, like Saturday mornings with the kids, it's like impossible to be here, but there will be a replay. But it's a time that works best for everyone, mostly because people on the Pacific coast or on the Atlantic coast can both sort of like it's within waking hours, and for people on Europe as well. So usually, you know, it works sort of well. Peggy says, can we watch this on the desktop computer? Yes, you can. I'm on desktop computer myself. It works fine. Baltimore, Maryland. Cindy's from South Africa. Lovely. Peggy's from Texas. Kimmy from Michigan. Wow, we have a lot of people in here. I'm so happy that you all came. We're going to have a ton of fun with a lively chat like that. It's perfect. I'm always afraid when I do one of these events that I'm going to be all alone in here. I know that it's like an irrational fear, but, you know, nerves and all. Awesome. So it's 10:02. We're going to get started. I have a couple slides in the beginning where I'm just like introducing myself. So even if people missed the first couple minutes, it's not going to matter too much. I'm just going to figure out how to share my screen. Every time I hop in here, I have to, okay, I'm putting you guys on my second monitor. So when I'm going to be looking this way, I'm looking at you guys in the chat. Diana is from Savannah, Georgia. Is that it? GA is Georgia, right? I'm not always sure with all the states acronyms or abbreviations, more like. All right, gonna start this presentation. Slideshow from beginning, yes, that would be best. Okay, and let me try to share my screen. Okay. Is this working? Can you all see this? Marcy says hi from Ohio. And Diane confirms that it is Georgia. Okay, phew. All right. So just let me know if this is all showing. It should be. And it should be in the little corner on your bottom left. And this should be showing the, yep, everyone is telling me yes. Awesome. It's so good when technology does what it's supposed to. Awesome. So there's already a lot of people in here. So let's just get started. Perfect. So today, oh, What is this? I'm going to put this away. You don't need to see this. It's breaking the fourth wall. So today's topic is how to make the most beautiful planner spreads. I'm going to cover 5 different, well, I'm calling them tips here, but it's really like a whole different category. Like composition is one of the tips. So I'm going to go into detail. There's a lot that we're going to learn here today. And hopefully you're going to be able to get some few tips here to be able to up your planner game. But I know you ladies are really creative and are making like beautiful planner spreads already. So hopefully you don't know everything already that I'm going to talk to you about, because I know that you ladies are very advanced already. All right, so for those who don't know me, hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm the creator of the Digital Siren and Etsy shop, and I'm also a founding member of CHQ, which is a new membership platform. So we have a lot of people here today that aren't from the usual Siren group, so it's very exciting. So yeah, my name is Vanessa, and I'm from Canada. So what is CHQ? Just very quickly, it's a membership site with 4 different creators. So myself, Olivia from Projipad, Veronica, Susan, and we teamed up together to create a membership for you, a community with, you know, live events like this one, games, a private community, classes, and stickers every month with this membership thing. So this is us right here. Olivia is the founder, and she's also the creator of Projipad. And then we have Bella Nora Studio, Susan, and Suk de Coco, Veronica, and myself from the Digital Siren. So that's us right there. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about CHQ at the very end of this presentation when I give you the freebie and everything like that. Okay, just wait a second. Kat says I'm from Missouri. Hi, Kat. And everyone is telling me that they can see this perfectly. Awesome. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about CHQ later. Just want to hop right in the class right now, you know, just mentioning this because it's because of CHQ that I can even create live events like this. I'm using Olivia's webinar jam platform. So I literally couldn't do it without you, Olivia. But the teaming up like this just gives us more time. Because we're sharing responsibilities, right? So we're able to put on monthly live events like this. Yesterday, Olivia had a plan with me, and the week before, Susan had a plan with me, and I'm having this class today. It's really fun to be working with these talented ladies. Oh, Peggy sent me a message. She needs the URL for desktop login. It's the same as this one. I'm just going to copy it. Gonna copy it in the chat to everyone in case you want to log in on some other platform. It's always going to be the same link. That's what's cool. It's more like a live show now that we have instead of a webinar. You don't need to register because it's always going to be, the room is permanent and you can always hop in whenever there's a live event. Just show up at the time that we tell you and someone's going to be there. It's like magic. So the other reason I'm mentioning CHQ is because today all the examples I'm going to be giving you are going to be featuring products and freebies that you can get on CHQ. So I'm going to have a little showcase. Whenever it's something that I didn't create myself, I'm going to mention it, of course. You know, shout out to the original creator. So today's topic, how to level up your planner spreads. When we just eye it, like you ladies, you have exceptional eyes, seriously. When you just put stuff sort of where you think it is, and most of the time it's obviously like beautiful. And I'm like, how do you even do that? You ladies are amazing. But sometimes it can create inconsistent results when you don't do it like intentionally. So when you know some simple design principles, it can really help you have a very consistent result, know exactly what you're doing. And that's what we're aiming for today. So why am I qualified to teach this? If you don't know me, you might be wondering. So I've been drawing since I was 3 years old. This is me right here with my crayons. I studied both visual arts and traditional animation. I was in college forever. This is me here working a little animation on my light drawing table. And after I graduated, I worked in a mobile game studio called Budge Studio. This was our mascot. I think these are photos from our Christmas party. I worked there as a designer for 3 years. And then I quit this job and I became a children's book illustrator, which is my current job. So I'm not telling this to brag or anything like that. I'm just explaining that I accumulated over the years a lot of useless art knowledge. And I'm hoping to share that with you today. Let me just get a sip of water. I work from home drawing all day. I'm actually not used to talking this much at all. And if I talk for any more than 10 minutes in a row, my throat starts getting scratchy immediately. I need to get more practice. All right, just checking the chat. All right. If you guys have any questions, you can drop it in the chat at any time because I'm going to be checking that quite regularly on my side monitor. Awesome. So the first tip or category that we're going to cover is unity and variety. This is so important. This is what my teacher told me is the big rule of all design, the over-encompassing rule, the guiding principle of design. In whatever you're creating, that you should always aim to create both unity and variety at the same time. And you might be wondering, what? Like unity and variety, those are opposite things. Your drunkenness, go home. But actually, here's how it works. So you create variety by introducing different sort of elements. So here we have hearts and stars, but it can be anything. It can be applied to colors, to blocks of different shapes or size. It can be applied to types of lines like straight or curved, different types of textures, whatever. Introduce different types of things, that's variety. But have one of those things more dominant than the other, in bigger quantity than the other. So here we have, most of them are hearts, and then you have just the 2 stars. And that's what creates unity, when you have something that dominates. And that's seriously all there is to it. Here are some examples. These are from Calypso Creative Planning on Instagram. She has a shop as well. She's one of my PR girls. And here she's using the rainbow ice cream set that's available on CHQ for free. It's one of the freebies. And here she's using my golden violet notebook and stickers, which are in the premium CHQ this month. So look what she's doing here. She's creating these spaces that are not equal. There's a space here at the bottom that's like taking maybe a third, and then this space up is taking the other 2/3. So this space dominates over the other. She's doing the same thing here, and as well with colors. Most of the colors here are turquoise, but there's a little bit of purple, a little bit of pink, a little bit of gold. So she's introducing different elements for variety, but she always has something that clearly dominates to create unity over everything. So whenever you're trying to do something with your spread or with anything at all that has anything to do with design, pick a focus and then sprinkle in a little fun. And if you do that, you've literally understood everything about design already. I just saved you a graphic design, having to do the graphic design school. You've just understood everything. Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that, obviously, but seriously, this is one guiding principle that if you remember that, you can already up your game so much. And because it's a guiding principle, it's going to come up even in the 4 other tips that I'm going to tell you about. And that's why I'm putting it first, because it's going to come up like for the rest of the presentation. By the end of this, you're going to be like, Ness, shut up about unity and variety already. We understand. So the second one, let me just take a sip. All right, I'm checking the chat, but it seems like you ladies are fine in there. I see more people joining in because we have more than before. So hello, everyone who just joined in. If you missed the beginning, there will be a replay, so don't worry. All right, so number 2, composition. A solid foundation to put your spread on. So a lot of people, we start kind of, we were just having fun. We're just putting stuff in without really a plan. But composition is sort of the foundation, like the foundation of a house. Before you start putting on a coat of paint and some frames, you got to make sure that your walls are all, solid and standing and that everything is fine. Oh, Zulika, hi, Christina and Shaheen. You guys all joined. Hi, girls. So happy to see you. So for your composition, some basic stuff here. You can start from scratch with a very plain design, just blank, and create the space. Or you can start for a pre-made layout, and both of these things work. Same thing, the composition tips that I give you are going to work for both these things. When you start with a layout that already has grid column boxes, then your aim is to enhance what's already there and organize your information. When you start from scratch, then you must build your space and organize it in sections before you start, plastering your stickers all around. And sometimes that's the part that we forget. We just start putting in the text, putting in our stickers, and we forget to build our space first. So there's a very strong foundation. So planning is all about organizing the information, right? You have a certain amount of things that you need to put in your spread. Shane says, happy to be here. I'm happy you're here too, honey. Whoop. Ah! I went crazy on my mouse ruler a second there. Sorry. All right. So first of all, what I suggest doing is listing all of the information that you need to include in your spread. So you don't forget anything. Do a brain dump, just everything. Maybe you have this photo of, the activity that you did today that you want to include, a to-do list. You have to add like the bills that need to be paid. You want to add a mood tracker, whatever it is, just do a brain dump of everything. Then, you can decide later what you actually want to include or not. Zulika said, I'm supposed to be working, but didn't want to miss this. I totally get you, girl. That's so relatable. So number 2, after you've done all your brain dump, then it's time to prioritize. So what is the most important thing? First of all, if there's anything that you think you can leave out, that maybe is not quite as important, then you can leave that out because it's quickly going to get quite crowded in there. And then by choosing what's the most important, then you can give them a place of choice in your spread. And, with unity and variety, it's important to pick what is going to be your focus because then that's the thing that you're going to enhance the most, and all the other things are going to be smaller, etc. So choosing right away what is the priority in your spread, whether it's your to-do list or it could be your graphics, whatever you want. But picking that is really going to give you a goal, and that's what's important here. Number 3 is sections. So it's going to be time to create headers, sections, and blocks to organize your information, the building blocks of your layout. And 4th, the most pleasant of all steps is to decorate. So not only to decorate, but using the colors, stickers, and elements is going to help frame and emphasize all of the sections. So if we use them, smartly and cleverly, that's where all of the information is going to stand out more by using the stickers and colors, etc., instead of getting lost. Sometimes when we add stickers, things get busy. That's actually the opposite of what we're trying to do. So here are some examples. So this is from another one of my PR girls, Lizzie. And she's using my Golden Violet notebook, and she is actually a student who does digital note-taking. So she's a master at organizing the information. Here she has them numbered, simply numbered, with a little line in the middle to separate that. So all the information is very clearly separated and labeled. And here we have a planner spread, digital planner on a phone, which my PR girl Angie likes to do. And I always think phone planning is so cool. Just a sec. So here she's using a phone planner that already has sections, but she's using these are some freebie stickers that are available on free CHQ. These are the sunflower free stickers. She's using them to enhance and organize the space. So the flower is here to create a to-do list in this box. And then she's using a smaller box and a bigger box here to create some variety, because there was only 3 boxes that were all the same size. So instead she uses the stickers to create some lists, to create some spaces, and to create variety inside her layout. Very cleverly done. Angie, often she doesn't do very busy layouts at all. She does very simple, but so well thought out. It's very impressive. Sue says, when is it starting? Start time seems to be changing. You're already in, sweetheart. It's already started. I hope everything fine. I hope you can see and everything. If you miss the beginning, there will be a replay though. All right, so let's keep going. So about compositions, you may be thinking, okay, I understand that we need to create space and everything, but how do I do that? So there's so many ways to do it. And most of the time you'll want to sort of go with your guts and go with your heart. But if you're stuck, here are some basic composition rules that will never fail you. And I do want to emphasize, you don't have to follow design rules. I know that I personally always ruffle against the rules. I'm always like, do I have to follow these rules? You don't have to. You can do whatever you want. But if you're stuck, if you're like, for some reason, I can't make this work, then these are some rules that you can follow, and they will always create good results. And you can, of course, create good results without following these rules, but these will always work. They're the basic composition guidelines that always work for a reason. First one is symmetry, okay? Symmetry always looks pleasant, no matter what. It's just very pleasing. So using elements that mirror each other, it can be either up and down or side to side. Always works. Such a simple principle. Here we have from a plan right meow. How cute is that handle, isn't it? It's another one of my PR girls named Randy. And here she's using my golden violet stickers that are available in CHQ. So she just took one of these little, separator things, pop one at the top, pop one at the bottom, boom, 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 done. How simple is that? And the use of the symmetry is just very pleasing. Okay, Sue. So Sue figured it out, no problem. All right, I'm so glad everything's working out. So symmetry, it can be sort of a boring one, but it always works. You can't argue with what works. The second one is the rule of thirds. So if you imagine your space divided into 9 little boxes, then placing an element, a sticker, a box, whatever, at one of the points here at the thirds of the image, it always creates a perfect look. Can you guess why? Can you guess why? Pop in the chat why you think this would work. I have so many examples of this, but for clarity, I decided to actually draw the grid here, a little bit boring, but it was a bit clearer than trying to use one of the finished spreads because there's a lot of things going on. Can you pop in the chat? Why do you think this rule of thirds work? I'm gonna give it a minute because the chat always lags a little bit behind. I get your answers a minute after you actually type it in. I'm gonna take a sip of water. All right, it's not popping in, so I'm just gonna move on. Orlando says, I'm not sure, I'm new to digital planning. Fair enough. Cindy says, gives a focus. Peggy says, makes your eye move around. All good answers. Yeah, it's because of the unity and variety rule, right? You have a small space here and a big space here. Already, it creates, a variety in the sizes in your composition, and you have a space 2/3 that dominate over the remaining third. And that's why it works. CC says unity. Yep. Exactly. Zuleika can't remember, but it draws in your eye. Yes, it does. And it's because of this unity variety thing. Perfect rule. Always works. Also has to do something to do with the perfect number. I don't know if you know, like the golden number with the spiral. That's a little bit more advanced. So you don't need to understand this to know that, plop something at a third and it works. Marcy said she went to school for visual communication. Yeah, so you will have heard this as well. The rule of thirds always works. And next principle, layering. So create framing, texture, and detail by layering multiple elements together. So here, this example, let's go back. So this example here is actually from one of the free compositions that I will give you today as the freebie. If you remember, in the post, I said there's 3 of them. I prepared 3 pre-made Goodnotes compositions for you, and as a freebie that you will be able to get. I'm explaining how to get it at the end of this webinar. This is one of them. So very, very simple. There's a banner here at the top today to enter the day's note, and a little notepad to enter, your content. And the rest is just layering of different textures and elements, creating a sort of collage looks. And I use it in a way that frames the notepad here and creates texture, creates, interest. And it's extremely simple, but layering, and it always works. Shine sizes and takes away the big portion. Yep, exactly. All right, so layering, another one that always works. And then declutter. If you remember anything from this webinar today, it would be to declutter. This one here is another one of the free compositions that you can get afterwards. I'm going to tell you how to get it. Simple is good. A cluttered layout is hard to read. Sometimes we have a tendency of making things like a little bit busy. But with planning, we want to emphasize the information. You don't want to be looking at your plan going like, okay, I know I wrote this thing that I had to do somewhere, but where is it? You want it to be clear. And sometimes that's one of the hardest things to do, because you have this urge to fill every single space in the image. I feel that too. But you do not have to fill every single empty space on your page. It's very good to leave some breathing room for the eye to relax a little bit, to be able to focus on what's important and just go over the parts that aren't important. It creates a very clean, airy, minimalistic look that's very easy to see, that's pleasant to look at. Sometimes some of these cluttered layouts, you can look at it and you're like, whoa, I'm exhausted just looking at it. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna reposition here. Whew. And read the chat. Sonia says, love the layering. Thank you, hon. Zuleika says, yep, I veer towards busy. And you know what? You ladies, I swear some of the times you make busy work for you. You really do. Sometimes I see some of these extremely busy layouts and I'm like, all of my design training is telling me this shouldn't work. And yet it does, because you ladies are geniuses. But it's one of the hardest things to do, to sort of hold back. And when you do, it always creates a better result, in my opinion. And when you see professional design, the more professional, the more experienced they are, the more minimalistic they go, the more they can hold back, focus on what's really important. So when you look at it, you're like, well, it's so empty, it's so plain. But actually, that's all there is to it, with the most minimal information, being able to direct you exactly to what's important, making it very classy, very easy to read, very sort of beautiful and timeless. Betty says it's calming. Yes, exactly. Marty says, if you ladies wouldn't create such beautiful art, I wouldn't want it all over my planner. Oh, that's a good point. I'm sorry. It's my fault. That's so sweet, Marcy. Anne says, I like to mix too many patterns and colors. Shaheen says it's noticeable. Yes, exactly. You make it more noticeable. And you ladies, I understand so much. I've been studying this stuff for years and I still have this problem. It's so hard. Usually what I do, for this layout, for instance, I place the main blocks. So I place the first block, the second block, and then I place this washi to put in the date, something like that. And then I was like, okay, I have this empty space. So I started adding in stickers and stuff, this photo, this sticker, the one, this, and I plastered all of it with stickers. And that's kind of usual for me. I go to my heart's contents, put stickers everywhere. Then I take a step back. I look at it. I'm like, okay, what can I remove here? What's not necessary? So, and I always have to do this. I always have to make a declutter step at the end where I look at everything and I'm like, I went overboard again. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. Let's remove this, because you have to make it breathe a little bit. You have to think as well that you're going to be adding text to this. There's going to be, so it's going to be more cluttered after you add that text. So you got to leave some space for that, some breathing space. So here, you know, I had a sticker here before. It's not necessary. I was like, Ness, stop that. Here, you know, there's a space here. There's a space here. That's completely fine. You know, don't be scared of space. It's nice for the eye to have some nice space in between the elements. It makes everything breathe a little bit better. Peggy says, less is more. What a professor told me once. Yes, it is. And it's what looks the simplest to do, but it is the hardest thing to do, because I think there's something of a little bit of doubt. You know, you're like, oh, there's an empty space there, gotta fill it. It's something of a doubt. And the more comfortable you are with your design, the more you're able to step back and be like, no, I don't need this. This talks for itself. And so if you can remember anything from today, try to declutter. It will serve you well, I promise. Shaheen says, being a graphic recorder, the focus is the information. It has to be easy to read. Exactly. And as a digital planner, the focus is the information as well. But it is a creative endeavor. So we like to decorate, but it has to still be functional, right? Kat had a question. I had to get up. Did you say there will be a replay? Yes, there will be a replay. Don't you worry. If you're here, it means that you had to enter your information to get in the room. So we have your email, and the system will be sending you a replay afterwards. Sonia says, as a designer, it's always best to look and remove and ask if it is needed before going on. Exactly. You understand everything. Whoa. And my Siri on my iPad just went suddenly. Just went nuts. I wasn't talking to you, Siri. All right, so let's go on. These are your free Goodnotes compositions that I created for you. So these two you've already seen. There's also this one right here, which is a weekly. And these two are more of a daily to-do list sort of thing. And this one is a weekly. So all of these I recreated them in Goodnotes. So every single sticker and element is separated and, you know, pre-cropped. You can copy the whole thing into your planner if you want, or you can pick out, you know, stickers and keep them for yourself. Everything that you see on screen is yours. And I'm going to explain at the end of this webinar how you can go get it for free. So tip number 3, or category number 3, color palettes. Is everyone doing okay? Everyone following so far? Going to take a sip of water. It will be a miracle if my voice is not hoarse by the end of this. Whew. My body is telling me you're not used to talking. This isn't your strong suit. Stop it. Oh, thank you. Stephanie, Marcy, Shaheen are saying they like the compositions. Oh, well, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad you like them. I made them just for this as examples. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to give them away. Why not? So Marcy, thank you for sharing. Yes, I've been waiting for color palettes. Yes, colors are so hard. You know, I've been to, I think I had like 3 or 4 color theory classes. And I swear by the end of it, I was like, okay, I spent 15 weeks like painting colories and stuff. And painting color wheels and stuff like that. And I still don't really understand how to put together a color palette that looks actually good. Like it's complicated stuff. And it seems like the more you go into theory, the less you understand about it. Betty and Debbie says, thank you. You're so sweet, you girls. All right. So picking colors that work well together, that can be really tricky. It really can. So let's go over some color harmonies that work every time. And again, as with the composition rules, you don't have to use one of these, you know, pre-made color harmonies. But if you're stuck, one of those always work. Always work. Jane says, I don't like clutter spread. I hate that. And it is difficult to not do it, even when we know, you know, that's what we want. You know, I was trying to do minimal spreads for you girls for the freebies that I'm giving you, and I had to remove stuff afterwards because it's so tricky. So the first color harmony that always works, monochromatic. So it's using a single color in different shades from light to dark. You can also play with the saturation here, more flashy, less flashy with more gray in it, but it always will fit because it's a single color, right? This red would always fit with red. Blue would always fit with blue. This is sort of the most simple that you can go, but it works, don't knock it. And it's fun also to be matching all your stickers. When you have like your blue spread and then you put all of your blue stickers from all of your different sets and you put them in and it will always work. Isn't that magic? The second one is called analogous. So this kind of a fancy words to say that colors that are next to each other on the color wheel will always look good together. They're friends, So here the example is the yellow and orange. They look good together because they're close. And the palette that I put together for you here as an example, is lavender to blue. So all of these purple blue colors, they're right next to each other here on the color wheel. So they're good friends and they work well together. Felicia just joined us. Hi. How you doing, girl? The next one is complementary. So complementary colors are colors that are directly opposite in the color wheel. So yellow and purple, for instance, blue and orange, green and red, they're directly opposite. So they kind of go into resonance together. It's kind of like a symmetry thing, right? They're directly opposite. So they have the same sort of value and they work well together. Here, for instance, I picked some blue colors and orange colors and they work really well together. And I remember when I was at school, I was like, seriously, green and red, like, ugh. But it doesn't have to be the pure color. You can add some here. They're kind of pastel, and it works better than if you have just the plain, flashy color. So they can be darker, paler. As long as they are opposite the color wheel, they will work together very well. Felicia says she's joining late. Yeah, if you want to rewatch the beginning, there will be a replay. So don't you worry, lady. Don't you worry. The next thing you want to think about when using color is to create enough contrast that the elements are going to be easily readable. So it's a very great way using colors, like little pops and accent, to direct the attention where you want it. So contrasted elements will immediately attract the attention. These stickers here that I'm using are from Olivia or Progipad's kit for May that are available at CHQ. It's a zebra kit, which everyone fell in love with this one. This kit has some zebras that are farting fire after eating some hot peppers. You cannot make that shit up. Everyone just thought they were so funny. I love them. Olivia did such an amazing job. So these are some of the stickers that come from this kit. This box here and the flower and the washi, I put them all together and you can barely see them. It's too close in color. There's not enough contrast so that it pops. But here, I use the sticker in the back that's a light blue with the zebra on top and this little pin as well. And it works nicely because it's enough contrasted that we can read everything nicely. So just make sure to use that to your advantage to make sure that everything is very clear in your spread. What about variety and unity? You already forgot about that? When I said that you can use it for everything, I mean it. Everything. It always works. So for color, it's all about using quantity, different quantities of colors. So some colors use in large quantities and others more sparingly, just as little accents to create little spots, of colors. So here we have a little palette that I put together and it's very lovely and fun. It reminds me of ice cream or the beach, but there's a lot going on, yellow, pink, brown, turquoise, a lot going on. So it can be a little bit overwhelming, but if we change the quantities, the two colors that are in biggest quantities are these two turquoise. So most of the spread will be turquoise, then just a little bit of brown and just a little pop of yellow and a little pop of pink. Suddenly you have something that looks like it has a nice unity to it, something that looks more like it works because there's something that dominates. Orlando says she keeps getting phone calls, so she's glad there's going to be a replay. Don't they know not to bother you on Saturday mornings? All right, so let's move on. Just a second here. Can you believe, ladies, we've already been in here for 40 minutes? I gotta hurry this up. There's so much to cover. So number 4, titles and text. Let's not forget the writing. Many times when I plan, I kind of forget about text, but it's so important. Don't leave it as an afterthought and do it like rush in the end, like blah, 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 blah. Done. Text is what carries all the information in your planner. So it's super important. And you can use text wisely to organize and emphasize your information. So for example, having oh my God. My first language is French, okay? So there's some words that I have trouble with. This is one that I have trouble with. So let's try this out. Hierarchy. Whew. I have trouble with this one because in French, the word is super similar, but pronounced completely different. And my brain wants to say it the French way. Hiérarchie, hierarchy. Whew. It's a brain melder. So for example, here, I took the same text, but here we have separate the text as a header. Header. Wow, I'm losing it now. Use different text to separate your information into sections to make it organized and readable. And here we have the same thing, but everything is together. It's not as readable, is it? It's kind of melds all together and the eye is going like, oh, what much text. So in order to make it like easily digestible, because that's something that my teacher used to tell me, the eye is the laziest part of your body. Your eye gets really, really lazy. If you see a big spot of like text all together, your brain wants to skip right over it because it's how we process visual information. Like, let's say, for example, you're looking at a lawn full of grass. Your brain cannot process every single blade of grass. It's useless information, right? So your eye just darts around. Okay, blade of grass, blade of grass, blade of grass. Okay, I understood. Brain, this is a field of grass. You don't need to look at every single blade of grass. We understand this is a... So your brain is programmed to skip over all the repetitive information because it's all the same. And that's what happens when you put all your text together like this. When you have a long paragraph on Facebook that's all blah, 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 you know, not separated into sentences and anything, your brain just goes, but and moves on. So separating it like this, using different hierarchy in your text and paragraphs, that does the trick. Okay, all right, just checking the chat every once in a while to make sure everything's fine. So there's different ways to create hierarchy, the weight of your text, thick or thin, inclination, italics or straight, capitalization, all small letters, all caps, or size, you know, the size of your font, bigger, smaller. You can quickly get kind of lost in all of this font stuff, but really the only thing you need to remember is that you need two different, a look for your title, a look for the body of text. Boom, you're done. So in this presentation, for example, my titles are Caveat Brush, that's the name of the font, size 28, bold. And my text, the body of my text, Railway, size 14. That's all I need. I don't have a million fonts in here. I don't have a million sizes in here. It's all I have. This title look, this body look, and everything's good. It all works. So the title can be bigger, bolder, fancier. You can use like calligraphy, you know, handwritten, a fancy font. Whereas for the body of text, it can be smaller and it needs to be readable first and foremost. So keep it really simple. Sometimes I see digital planners use, you know, a fancy font, kind of fun and spunky and everything like that for the body. But as long as you have more than 2 lines of text, if it is in a fancy looking, you know, cute font, it can get really hard to read very, very quickly. Using something very simple, you know, sans serif, straight, it looks a bit boring, but you can add a little fancy in your titles. Again, it's the rule of unity and variety. Most of it is going to be, you know, plain, easy to read, kind of simple. Your text, your title, sorry, your title is where you can get a bit fun, and that's your variety. That's your little sprinkle of fun there that you can go all out on your titles, and then the body, keep it readable. Marcy said, this is my weakness, fonts. I so get you. The amount of fonts that I have downloaded, it is not funny. I collect them. It's crazy. Fonts, the love of my life. So here is another thing that's really cool. Font combos. So there are some fonts that go really well together. Usually there's a key difference between them, okay? Because you want to create contrast and variety. So you'll have serif and non-serif together. Caps lock, no caps lock together. And so these are some examples, and these are just examples that I found on Google. You can Google font combos. You will find hundreds, thousands of examples that you can take. So here we have an example, Source Serif Pro, Source Sans Pro. So you can see the one here, the smallest one, it's sans serif, and this one is serif. Same here, Playfair Display. This is a display font, a fun font. And Montserrat is a boring font. Together, they go well. You know, fun and non-fun. These ones here, the body ones, Leto, Open Scent, Noto, they're like the boring friend, you know, the one that keeps everyone in line, the one that's the safe driver that doesn't drink. Maybe they're a bit boring, but you do need a safe driver. Like, you need them. You need the designated driver so that the other ones can be fun. So that's something that you can Google, font combos, and you will always find great examples of things that you can do. Now, number 5. Marcy said she collects fonts as well. Yeah, so fun. So number 5, let me just take a sip of water again. Lastly, we need to put it all together, because I just talk about all these things, colors, composition, fonts. You may be thinking, okay, but where do I start? This is so much information to keep in mind. Do I keep all of this in mind at the same time? No, you need a starting point, okay? Not even a graphic designer that spends years and years in school can think of every single thing at once. You need to start with something, okay? It can be anything. You can start with a theme or a topic. In plannering, that's often what we do. You know, you see, maybe you see a set. Like here I use Under the Sea because that's Susan's theme for the stickers for May in CHQ. Her theme was so beautiful. I saw it. I was like, I'm creating a mermaid spread under the sea for this week, because she inspired me with her set. Or sometimes it's an event like birthday week, Valentine's Day. So if you pick a theme or topic, that can be your starting point. Everything else is going to revolve around that. It can be a photo or sticker. So a graphic that really, you know, a star graphic that will be your starting point. Or if you have a photo, you went somewhere, you took a beautiful photo of the Eiffel Tower or whatever, that can be your starting point. Everything else is going to enhance that focus. Your starting point could be a color or a palette. If you have a color scheme in mind, that's a great place to start. Or it can be functionality. If this particular spread, you know, has a huge to-do list, or you want it for a symptoms tracker, or if there's a functionality element that you know that you really need for this spread, that can be your starting point as well. Yeah, everyone is saying that they have lots of fonts. Yep, when you start, you can never stop. That's the truth. So after you pick your starting point, that's your intent, that's your focus. And once you have that, it makes it so much easier because it guides all of your decisions. You know, if you pick a photo as your starting point, then you're like, okay, well, what colors do I pick? Colors that go well with that photo. What composition do I pick? Well, photo is going to be at the center. Everything else is going to be smaller. The text, everything. If you bring it back to what is your intent, what is your focus for that spread, it helps you make all of these decisions, and it makes everything just so much easier after you have determined that focus. Gathering inspiration, always good to do. I know you ladies are good at that. Pinterest is a great place to find color palettes. Because, you know, in this class, we do not have enough hours so I can explain how to create a color palette. Like I said before, I literally took like several classes over semesters and years in school. And I was like, teacher, I still don't understand. This is hard stuff. You can go to Pinterest and you have so many color palettes already put together that are beautiful. I do that all the time, even as a professional. Like sometimes you need some help. You can always try to put together your own palette together. But if you're stuck, don't hesitate to use resources like that to go find color palettes. Pinterest is amazing for that. Orlando says, are there going to be more of these classes? There will be. At CHQ, like I said, we're 4 creators. The other ones are going to be putting on live events as well. I know that I'm having so much fun now, and I'm definitely going to be creating more classes in the future. We also have a whole online class category in CHQ. I'm going to show that later. Right now, there's nothing in there because we're still in beta. We only launched CHQ in May. We haven't had time to create the online class section yet, but it is our intent to create some classes to put in CHQ, and there will be a lot of fun stuff in there. I'm having fun. I want to make more of these. Some of them will be live. Some of them will be pre-recorded classes. It's all part of the plan. Gathering fonts. Okay. I know all of you are like, oh yeah. So my favorite place for free fonts is fontsquirrel.com. This is great because they are hand-picked, okay? It's not like dafont.com where you have everything under the sun, the ugliest fonts. Font Squirrel is like a graphic designer's paradise. They're hand-picked by a graphic designer. They're only a collection of free, copyright-free fonts that are beautiful. So I love going there because you don't have to be thinking, oh, is this font beautiful or not? They're all beautiful. So you just pick one and you go, and it's amazing. Yeah, Sonia says, if you have a flower or whatever in Procreate will give you its palette. Yeah, Photoshop does that too. There are some amazing resources like that. When you're using an app, it will like take the palette from that. That's really good when you're starting up with a photo for your planner. If you have Procreate, pop your photo in Procreate before putting it in Goodnotes. It will take the color palette from that. Then you can use those colors. You can get the X codes, and you can use that in your spread. Marcy says, ooh, font side. Yep, we're in trouble. So Font Squirrel is my favorite place to go for free fonts. But for hand-drawn fonts, nothing beats Cindy's fonts. She has a website called Super Nice Stuff, and it is super nice stuff. She makes these hand-drawn fonts. I've yet to find a free font that matches it. It's gorgeous, so well made. She is the master at this. And they are paid, but they are worth every penny. If you don't have any money for that, go to Font Squirrel. But if you have a little money that you'd like to spend on some fonts, go check out Cindy's stuff. I like her so much. She had a deal a while back for a big bundle for every font she's ever had. I jumped on that so fast, you wouldn't believe. And I like all of them. I like her so much that I contacted her to see if she had like affiliates or anything. And she gave me this link for 10% off. So supernicestuff.ref. Actually, I'm going to pop it in the chat. Just give me a second. Like I said, there's a lot of free fonts online. Like you don't have to buy anything. But if you have some money for that and you would like to, Cindy's, you have my link in the chat. I just popped in the link, or you can type this that appears on the screen. Type it in your address bar. It's my link to get 10% off because I love her so much. I can stand behind her 1,000,000,000%. And I use a lot of these fonts in my stickers that I create. You might see them. All right, next, for gathering inspiration, nothing beats finding a community. I know a lot of you are in the Facebook groups, and everyone is posting their spreads that they've made in Facebook groups, on Instagram. Seeing everyone's spreads can really give you some great ideas for how to use, because you ladies are really good. So seeing what everyone else is doing always gives me tons of inspiration. There's also a private community at CHQ. This is an example of a spread that Zulika, who is here today, she just commented a minute ago. It's a spread that Zulika posted in our CHQ private community. And how beautiful is that? She's using the Abby set from Veronica from CHQ this month. And lastly, for finding inspiration, I encourage you to look outside of planning. Inspiration can strike at any time from unlikely sources, okay? You can see a photograph and get ideas for a color palette. And I get a lot of my layout ideas from scrapbooking. So this is an example. I typed in scrapbook into Pinterest, and obviously, I think Pinterest was created almost for scrapbook. So there's a lot of examples, and this inspires me a lot for layouts, for layering, for stickers. Sometimes I make stickers that are inspired by scrapbooking things. It's a great source of inspiration, but anything can be, architecture, painting, dance, everything around you can be inspiration. I encourage you to look outside of digital planning to find inspiration. Natalia says, hello, hi, did you just join? We're pretty much almost done, but you can watch the replay to get all of the information. So the last thing I want to talk to you about is finding stickers and resources. We talked a little bit about fonts, about color palettes, inspiration, but the main material that you're working with in your spread is stickers. So your spreads are only as good as the stickers that you find. Quality, variety, and quantity, all important. So you can find stickers, of course, you know that, by asking others where they found the ones that you like, searching on Etsy, but it can quickly get very expensive. I know that I love variety, and every month I want to have new stickers because, my stickers from last month, they're already old news. I want a little bit something new to use. So it can get really expensive. And that's what's great about CHQ. It's a membership. So every single month you get new stickers. And there's also a lot of freebies available there. So even if you don't want to pay for it, if you don't have the money or anything, you can still go there and get a ton of freebies. And then the premium section is only $27 a month. And you get seriously over $100 worth of value. It's crazy. Oh, this is the end. All right. Let me just close that up. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh. Wow, Inception. Natalia says, I love junk journaling, but my spreads suck. Oh, I'm sure they don't, Natalia. You're being too hard on yourself. Okay, so I'm just going to, okay, this is freaking me out. Just a second. I'm going to pop the link. Okay, you should be seeing right now in the chat, I just popped in what they call an offer, but it's to create a free account on CHQ. So it should be looking like this. Join CHQ. You can click the button. It will take you to this page here. Register for an early adopter account. Okay, it's free. You don't have to enter credit card details or anything. So it takes literally 2 seconds and you can create a free account. And here's what you get when you're inside. Okay, you have everything here. I'm going to go over these things one by one, but I just want to quickly direct your attention to here, the freebie section. So access the full link of freebies, okay? These are all the freebies that you can get. How amazing is that, okay? Projipad, she has so many freebies, but I have mine as well. Suc de Coco. Okay, I just noticed something. I sent my freebie to Olivia so she could add it to the list, the free compositions. It should be added to this list. I will email her as soon as I'm done here. Right now, I only have my 4 that were already there. I think she forgot to add it to the list, but no worries. It will be added. I will go bug her as soon as we're done here. So you will be able to find it here in the list. Don't forget to click access the full list of freebie because there's literally so many of them that you can't see everything. So, and that's all available with the free account. Okay. You don't need to pay for premium to be able to go get all of these freebies. So that's already so many. Okay, let's go see everything else that's in there. When you pop in here, you have a little video where Olivia tells you a little bit about the platform. Here you have some quick links. Here, I'm going to start from the bottom up. This is the private club community. This is the community that I was telling you about. And I told everyone about my class for today. You have announcements here, discussions, introductions, share your, there it is, book recommendations, share layouts, recipes and food. all that sort of things. Okay, so and this community is only as good as we make it. So join in there and come say hi, share, and talk with everyone. There's also a section here for Plan With Me courses recording. So this is like replays of the live events like today. The replay will be available in this section. Eventually, this will be a premium section, but while we are still in beta, it is free. So take advantage of that. All the replays will be available. This section here is Partner Store, so you can go in there to go learn a little bit more about us creators or access our stores. Online courses gallery. So this is what I was telling you about earlier, that we're going to have online courses and things. So these are placeholder. I think there will be a Procreate class coming soon, digital planning fundamentals class, and things like that. Right now, there's nothing in there, and that's because we just started. But all the while we're in beta and building up this section, it will be free. And I really want you to take advantage of that, because eventually we will close it down and it will be available only for premium members. So while it is free, take advantage of that as long as possible. Here's the guest creator program. If you are a creator yourself and you make stickers, you can click here to apply to be a guest creator if you wish. And lastly, this is a creator studio. Sorry. Right now, this is the only section on the site that you have to pay to access, okay? Everything else is accessible with a free account. So if you click on this section, it will prompt you that you actually need to be a paying member to be able to access that. And like I said, it's $27 a month, so that's less than $1 a day. And you get everything from all 4 creators. Let me show you what everything looks like. Oh, we can go full screen. Awesome. You get a catalog from each member. Okay, so this is Olivia's catalog. You have this here, pre-made composition for this amazing collection, digital papers. There's a digital organizer as well. And then you got the zebra collection, the one I told you about with the farting zebra. Everyone loved this collection. There's literally hundreds of stickers in there. It comes with pre-made compositions. It comes with a personal diary. Amazing. And also, you get 60% off everything in Projipad's store. That's only one catalog. Already, you have over $27 worth of stuff, and it's just the first catalog. Okay, amazing. This is Sucre de Coco's catalog. You get the May set here with Abby, the little bee. How cute is that? Veronica has the cutest shit. Abby emoji, so little faces here with that same character, Abby. There's several pages here with her cute little face, and there's a notebook as well, full notebook in Veronica's cute style. She has some freebies that you can download from here, and there's a 50% coupon from everything in her shop. How cool is that? And this one is my catalog. So this month, I'm giving away all of my Golden Violet collection. So this is a planner, full landscape planner with weekly, monthly, daily, and year view, tab months, extra templates, everything. It's a full planner. The Golden Violet notebook as well. 15 subjects, templates, blah, blah, blah. Several covers, all of that stuff. And you have matching digital stickers, a functional set, a decorative set, all together over like 300 stickers, and 50% off in my shop. And these are the 4 freebies that you saw earlier that I have available. You can download them from the freebie section, or simply, click here to download them from my catalog. And lastly, we have Bella Nora's catalog, the Under the Sea collection that I told you before. This has several pages, hundreds of stickers with hand-drawn mermaids, dolphins, whales. It's so cute. It also comes with this pack of digital papers and 50% off her shop. And she has this 2 freebies. This is a romantic blue floral planner. Very cute. And a marble and gold set stickers. This looks so luxurious. When I saw it, I was like, Susan, you're giving this away for free? This is so gorgeous. So these are our freebies as well. These ones you can get for free. Everything else in the catalog is premium. And that's it. These are the 4 catalogs. So seriously, over $100 worth of value. And you can get this for just $27 per month. Of course, everyone, we have new stuff. We're currently working on all our sets and planners and stickers and everything for June already. At the end of May, so in just about a week, a little over a week, these May goodies that I just showed you in these catalogs, they're going away, replaced by the June stuff. So if you want to get them, you need to become a member before the end of May so you can download all of these things. If you wish, you can also pay ahead for the whole year, $243 a year, and it makes you save up 3 months worth. But that's only if you want to, of course. And at the end here, you have some FAQ things. You can also contact us at any time to ask more questions if you wish. There's a little button here, help. You can use this to send a support ticket. Olivia paid for a fancy support ticket platform so that we get all of your requests timely and it's all organized and nothing falls through the cracks. So you can send us a message here for that. So yeah, that's it. These are the main things on the platform, but I'm going to scroll here and show you a couple other things. Here you have our lovely faces. The freebies, like I said earlier. In this section here shows you how to attend the live events like the one today. And there's a live event calendar. So yesterday, Olivia had a plan with me. These are also replays from previous events. So there was a Q&A, there was a plan with me with Susan. This one here, the plan with me with Olivia that happened yesterday, and the class from today. The replays are going to be here on the site directly. So when I said that, you know, the replay will be sent to you by email, that's true, but you can also get here from the platform. It takes about a day or two for the platform to compile it, Webinar Jam. They have to like record and compile and give us a link. So it takes like 1 day or two, but it will be available here and sent to you by email. Here you have the company roadmap. As I told you, CHQ is still in beta, so it's not done yet. We're still working on several things. And this here is sort of like so you can see what's happening right now and keep us accountable, right? So all these next up thing, doing, fix, done. So you can see what we have working on right now and what is coming next. You can also see previews of the upcoming sets. Bellanora Studio is working on a set called Garden Party and Tea Party for next month. And Projapad is working on some cute little ladybugs, very cute. Online courses, there will be a Procreate course, digital planning for complete beginners. Those are all things that we're working on. And you can see everything here that's gonna come up. And lastly, this section here is so that you can make requests. So you can, if there's anything that you want, a set that you haven't seen from us and that you want, then you can just leave your request here. You don't need to be a paying member to do that. Just a free member, you can enter your request. They will pop here and you'll be able to see which ones that we are doing. Like for instance, Ladybug was requested by Katie, Projapad, Olivia took it, and she is doing it for next month. This one here. So you can make a request here will appear. You will see who is working on your request. And that is it for CHQ. Let me just stop my recording. Yep. All right. Here we are. I'm back here. Yeah. So does anyone have any questions? I'm just going to see in the chat. If you have any questions about the class, about any of the topics that we covered today or about CHQ, pop them in the chat right now. It's already 11:07. Wow. I've kept you here for a whole hour. So I don't want to make this last too long, but as long as there are questions, I will be answering them. So just pop them in the chat while I sip my water. Ooh, my throat is going to hurt all day after this. Okay, let me just boom, 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 boom. Sonia says, much info and guidance on this webinar. Thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it, Sonia. Stephanie says, thank you for the amazing information. That's so nice. I'm so glad that you ladies enjoyed it. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that it helps you with your planner. Shauna says she subscribed for the whole year. It's a good deal. It is. It really is a good deal. Like, when Olivia told us the idea for the membership, I was like, oh, that sounds cool and everything. And I knew that we were going to offer a lot of value, but I was only working on my stuff, right? And when I saw all the catalogs together, like back to back, and I was compiling like an email, I was writing an email with the photos, everything that was included. And that's the first time that I saw everything together. And I was like, That is so much stuff. We're giving all this away for $27. That's cray. We are cray. And yeah, and if you pay for the whole year, it comes out to about $21 per month or something like that. And that is really low because I don't know for you, but I can easily drop $50 in one go in an Etsy shop. It adds up quickly. Like you buy a planner and the matching stickers and another set, and boom, you're up to $50. It adds up so quickly. So with a membership like that, you get like new stickers, new variety coming in every month, but at a reasonable price, a price that you can control, that you can budget for, you know. For me, I know it's going to be helpful because I tend to go overboard with stickers. I don't know if you do too. If you do, tell me in the chat. So, and what's cool also is that there are 4 creators. So even if it's a membership thing, you will have different styles from each creator. So it's not going to be, you know, the same old stuff, the same style every month. You're always going to get stuff from such different styles because, you know, you have Veronica that has this very cartoony, cute, kawaii style. And then you have Susan that makes this romantic, beautiful, painterly looking stickers. It's all different. Orlando says, thank you. No, you thank you, Orlando. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Marcy, Melissa, everyone says it was helpful. I'm so glad that you guys finding it helpful. I don't see any questions. If you have a question, pop it right, because I think that we're right about done. And, oh, I just saw my cat's tail move. She's right there. She camouflages so well. She's gray, and the cat tree is gray, so we can almost not see her. But when she moves, suddenly she appears. Anne says, thank you so much. Diane says, thank you. All right. So it seems that everything was clear. Wow. That doesn't happen often. Sometimes I just ramble. So I think I'm going to all let you go. It was so fun to hang out with you ladies. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for making this event fun and lively. So many of you were here hanging out with me. It was so fun. And I'm glad that you found it helpful. Thank you for coming, Mink, Betty, Ann, Diane, Zuleika. It was so amazing. All right. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go. Oh, it's 11:11. Make a wish. It's a party of ones. All right. I'm going to let you go. Going to grab some lunch. You all have a very nice day. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you all.